Hey everybody, it is Elle back again for another TTC video for you guys. Well, since there's not a whole lot going on in the cycle right now to update you guys on, I thought I would do a little bit of a different video. I've seen a couple people do this, so I thought I would too, about what is in my hope chest. Now, I don't have an exact hope chest to show you guys, but what I do have is this room that I'm actually doing my videos in right now. This room is actually our guest room right now, but it will hopefully someday be our child's room. So I do keep a couple little knickknacks in here that I have specifically bought for that purpose. All right, now let me give you a little bit of background on this whole situation. So a lot of people have hope chests where they have like clothes and diapers and all kinds of like baby things, but specifically I didn't want to have anything around that was just for one stage of development or growth or whatever. I really want to be pregnant, but I know in my heart that if I cannot get pregnant, I am very open to the idea of adoption. So I didn't want to get any baby things that are just for babies, because I don't know, like, if we did wind up adopting, we could adopt a child that's, you know, a year old by the time we get the child, you know, by the time you do all the paperwork and whatever. We, you know, I don't know what exactly size and age and everything the child is going to be. So I wanted to, like, I'm definitely into the idea of hope chests and like getting yourself excited about the future and making yourself feel positive about where you guys are right now in terms of trying to conceive. But I didn't want to get baby clothes because I know I would be devastated if I got like a coming home outfit for a newborn and I'm just not able to get pregnant and we decide to adopt. Then that would be a very sad thing for me. I'm also the youngest in my family, and so I know like there wouldn't be anyone I could give that piece of clothing to for them to use to make me feel better about it. So that's kind of where I'm at, is I didn't want to get anything kind of baby related. I wanted something that could work for different stages of development, things like that. So that's kind of where my heart is. It doesn't mean that you guys are wrong for doing it differently. That's just where I am right now. And I know that for those out there that are trying to conceive and do a hope chest with clothes and everything, and then they are in the place where they have to adopt instead of being pregnant, you can still do beautiful things with that, like give it to family and whatever. I'm just not in the position of that because I'm the youngest in like my whole family, like cousins and everything. So there's no one else that could really use that item of clothing in a way that would make me feel good about it. So that's all. That's what I just wanted to give you guys. I also didn't want to, like, I also feel like when I buy baby things, I feel like I'm jinxing myself, if that makes sense. Like, I'm weird about, like, I don't want to like buy something and not be able to use it. The other thing that's funny too, and I didn't bring the clothes in here, but I do actually have a couple clothes that are specifically maternity clothes, but I bought them with the intention of wearing them as everyday clothes. Like, they're not necessarily labeled maternity, they're just everyday outfits that you can wear when you're pregnant. And so I do have a couple of those around, which is fun. That's like a hope chesty thing too. But they're like kind of normal clothes. I've just purchased them with the intent of wearing them every day, like for everyday clothes, but also being able to wear them through a pregnancy. So, okay, so these are some of my hope chest things that I don't keep in a chest, but keep in knickknacks around our guest room. Okay, so the first thing in this pile is actually, as I said, I don't have any baby clothes or baby gear or whatever that I've kept around, but I do have something that's really special to my family, which is this. And this is actually the gown that I was christened in as a baby, and so it is a size 2T, so I don't know, again, I have kept this because it's not just for babies, it's like my communion dress, so I obviously would want to keep it anyways. It's special to the family, but I keep it in here as kind of like a hope item because it's like when I see it, I know that someday I'm gonna have a child. Like, I know I'm gonna be a parent one way or the other, and what's nice about it is a size 2T. I was a little older when I was baptized, christened, whatever you want to call it, and so it's a size 2T, so that means that if we do adopt a child that's a little bit older, then they might still be able to fit into this, which is kind of a nice thing. But yeah, this is one of the things that's kind of hanging around literally in the room, waiting to be used someday. Okay, so these are non-clothing and baby items again. Generally speaking, for just our child's room someday. Okay, so the first thing is I actually found this at like a Salvation Army type store, but I thought it was just so beautiful. And when I read the quote around the globe, it like literally made me tear up, and I just had this feeling like I have to buy this. So it says, you shine like a star in your own special way and add a beautiful light to the world. So I thought that that was so special, and it's like got an opening in it so you can put a night light in there, or you can put one of those little electronic tea lights in here. I mean, you could put a real candle, but I wouldn't do that in a child's room. But yeah, and when you put a light in it, it shines stars onto the ceiling, and I just thought it was so pretty, and it was only like $5 because it was at a Salvation Army type store. And I just saw this and I was like, this is just so beautiful, and I definitely want this someday for my child. So the other thing, so this is the first thing I ever bought ever for a child, ever, is this. So we are very big believers in Christ. We are both Christians, and so I wanted some inspiration around the room. And the other thing is, when I saw this, I was like, I kind of want a very subtle sailing theme. Like, I'm not into like big nursery themes. I mean, watch me someday like get a crazy nursery theme going, but I want like more subtle themes, and I definitely want it gender neutral because we probably won't know the sex of our baby until it's born. Just some things we've thought about already. But what's funny is it still literally has the tag on it because I was like nervous about it. I didn't know if like my husband would like it or if we should return it, but I loved it and he loved it too. So this says, mightier than the waves, the sea is his love for you. And this is Psalm 93:4. And I just thought this was so cute and so pretty and so like appropriate to reinforce how much Jesus loves our baby. So, and how much we love our baby already, even though we don't know our baby yet. And so I thought that that was really cute. And the reason why we kind of wanted a sailing theme is because there's this one song, and I'm not going to recite it or even give you guys a line because it makes me cry every single time because it's so sweet. And it's like me and my dad's song, and me and my dad both love sailing. Absolutely love to sail. It's like our favorite thing in the world. My husband's not so much, but it's more of like a daddy-daughter thing, and so I always thought someday like it'd be really neat to have little touches of sailing like around our child's room. And I also think that sailing is a really good gender neutral theme. A lot of people think like, oh, that's such a boy theme or whatever, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm the one in the family that sails, not my husband. I love sailing. And I'm not talking about like big yachts and whatever. No, I mean like I love me one of those little boats that only seats 2 people, where you have to hoist up the mainsail all by yourself and roll in the jib and just like cruise along on a little lake. That's my perfect idea of sailing, and I absolutely love it. So anyways, so I think it's a perfectly fine gender neutral theme, and anyone that thinks that it's for boys only can speak to my husband because he does not enjoy sailing, at least not as much as I do. So I love it, and I am a female, and I'm a very girly girl, as you can tell by my lace headband and flower earrings. I am very okay with that. Anyways, so that's the idea. And then the other thing I got relatively recently was we were at a little store on the Cape near the beach, and I got this little guy, and I thought it was so cute. And to be clear, like, I don't want a nautical theme. Like, I know people do nautical themes and go like all out. I'm not that into the ocean. I know this sounds crazy. I know some people love the beach. I enjoy the beach every once in a while, but I'm just not really like a beachy type of person. I am so much more into like a nice lake, a smooth sail. I'm not into like ocean sailing. That is a whole other ballgame. So I'm not trying to do like a nautical theme. It's more of like a very mild sailing theme. So that's kind of more what I'm into, but I'm kind of okay with it just being a relatively plain baby room, like not themed, just kind of a baby room, and then have little touches of like ceiling and stuff, because then I also want to put the quote from that song up on the wall or whatever. Anyways, so that's the gist. I only have 4 things because that's where I'm at so far. I don't want to like gather up a whole bunch of stuff and, like I said, then have my life go in a different way in terms of adopting or whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have a lot of things around our place that I think someday would be really sweet to use in a child's room, but it's not like I bought that and purposed it for it. These are all things I purposely bought with the intention of using them in our child's room someday. So that's my little hope chest situation, and that's it for now, guys. And if you like, subscribe. Bye!